Hello, I'm live. It's Friday. Yay. Well, let's see on the last thing we did. It was Noah's Ark. And we worked with the watercolor ground. So today I think that I will try, we used this one the last time, the the core watercolor ground, cold press ground. And today I think we should try the clear gesso, just so, I can have a comparison what I like the most. Because I learned when I worked with the watercolor ground that it actually blocks out, just like white gesso, the text and the background, which is likable in some situations. But sometimes I think that it could be nice to have the text to show through because it is like a Bible journaling. So I like this edge right here where you can see some of the text. So yeah, but I kind of finished it off. Um, Off screen, I added in the text Noah's Ark, and I really like that checkered whale. So I drew him in. I think he's so cute. And then I just enhanced some of the blue colors down here because I noticed on my stream that they didn't really show up on my camera. So I had some issues with the light. And I think it's when the sun is going down, my light setting change. Hi, Rhonda. So you weren't able on my last stream to see the lavender colors that I got up here in the sky. So, but now I think it's finished and I like it a lot. It is so cute, even though it's a little bit childish. Hello, hello, Rhonda. Welcome to my house. I'm just gonna remove my notifications. My notification goes in and block for the chat side of the screen. Hi, Carla. But like I said, this was the background was treated with watercolor ground, and I think it was like Janet wrote in chat last time. It absorbed moist, so it makes it easier to paint with watercolor or any water soluble medium on top of it. But today I thought it could be fun to try clear gesso instead and then see how that works, just so we can compare it. And of course, Jonah and the whale. Oh, awesome, awesome. To be able to draw like a big blue whale in this book could be so cool. But unfortunately, Jonah's story, even though it's very ferocious, like he's getting swallowed by a whale and spent like 3 days in the tummy of a whale, his book is so short. So I think I will make it here and then let it fill over on this side. Or should I pick this side here? This is another book. No, I'm just gonna do it here. Wait a second. I just need to see where is the paragraph where they kick him overboard. Can you believe it? Like they kind of sacrifice him by kicking him out of the ship. Okay, I can't just skim and it's impossible for me to just point down exactly where it is. It must be up here in the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna do it on this page. So first, I'm going to treat it with some gesso. I'm going to use real watercolor and not gouache. So I can't recall when the last time I worked on clear gesso with watercolors. So I am a bit intrigued myself to how this is going to act out. But I think the pages in this book is similar to the Tomeri River paper. That's a tongue twister. So I'm not afraid of, that it can't take or handle watercolor. I'm more interested in the way that watercolor spreads out on the page because I dislike when it uh, collects itself in puddles because then the pigments will run down in the valley of that puddle and not really disperse itself. Okay, since this is clear and transparent, I'm just gonna treat both pages from top to bottom. But that was the nice thing about the watercolor ground, that it had that white gesso blocking. So you could actually, what's that? I got something right there. Okay. I guess my brush wasn't that clean after all. Okay, I'm just gonna have to work with that green spot right there. But it's fun if this works fine with the watercolors, because then I got two sizing options. One where it's like white gesso, and then another one that's transparent. So yay. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside and then let it dry. I think it should dry naturally, because I find that when I hit with the heat gun on this thin paper, that it starts to curl up even worse than if I just let it dry by itself. So in the beginning, I think I'm gonna let the worst moist just evaporate by itself, and then I can take the rest with the heat gun. I wasn't actually supposed to be streaming today because we are having a long weekend, because we have a day off on Monday, and it's Father's Day in Denmark tomorrow. So we were invited up to some friends we know who's got a camper, and they are situated at the campsite. They are like we were supposed to leave today after work, and I couldn't. You know what? I feel so stupid. I feel so old. I cannot drive my son's car. Can you believe it? Like, his car is a Volkswagen electric Golf with automatic gears. And the last car that I drove was a car from 1987, and it was a stick stick car with nothing automatic in it at all. He had to reverse the car back into the driveway. I couldn't even put it in reverse and get it back in the driveway. I was so surprised. I thought that, because everyone says that, oh, it's so easy to drive with automatic gears, but apparently not for me. I mean, I am more like, give me a rusty old pickup truck and I can drive that around the world, but give me a newly modern electric car and I feel like I'm in a spaceship. I couldn't understand squat of what went on in that car. I mean, even the GPS, I couldn't understand the way that he put in the address. He tried to show me, and he was like, "Oh my God, why are you so stupid?" And I kept thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna get my old GPS. You know, I got this old kind of thing where you stuck it up to the front window, and then it operates, you know, on itself, and everything had a button, like the parking brake. I'm used to the ones with the handle where you like really can clunk it back, you know. But this car got like two kind, like one where it's in park, and that's just a tiny button, and then behind that there is another button, and if is pushed down, you cannot slowly go in reverse. You have to like push the speeder before it reacts. I mean, everything was just, and I kept pushing with my left foot like I had a clutch. So embarrassing. And we should have driven today, you know, to be there for their dinner and everything. And I just had to flat out say, you know what? I don't feel safe doing this. I know once I'm down the highway, it's just one pedal. I know, but I wasn't feeling safe at all. So now I have to, after I end stream today, I have to go out and then find a parking lot and learn how to put it in reverse and, you know, just drive it. Oh my God. Let's see, Lena, you're not stupid. It is hard to keep up with the ever changing technology. It really is. Try to keep up with it though. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? My old car from 87 didn't have that. Is it called like servo steer? You know, I couldn't turn the wheels when the car was parked. It had to be in motion before you could turn the wheels. But these new cars, even though they're parked, you can like twerk the the wheels and everything. So I was so rough when I sat into it because I was used to those old cars, you know. So just one move on the steering wheel and the car just reacted immediately. I mean, it was so, I don't know. And it's an electric car, and it also freaks me out that I somehow on this trip have to charge it, and I just want a regular old gas station with diesel. So all these new things just really freaks me out, and then it's totally soundless. You can't even tell that the engine is running. Oh man, it was just I kept pushing the key downward because on old cars I'm used to that. You turn it once and then the dashboard lights up, and then you give it another turn down, and then you ignite the engine, right? But on these electric cars, there's no sound, so you don't know if you are just in that position where the dashboard is light, and then you twerk the key once more, and my son is like, "Easy, easy, mom," like I can't believe that he can drive it. I mean, I am just like, oh my god. So yeah, I think that today I'm going to take driver's lessons from my son. But yeah, he is so proud of his car. I mean, kids, they are just growing up so fast. And when you see them sit in their own car, it's just, oh my God. Yeah, now he's an adult. So, but yeah, I'm also intimidated about, it's his car. What if I make an indent or an accident or something? So, yeah. At least you have a key, some only have a button. Oh my god, that would really freak me out. I wasn't aware that there were so much on the backbone when it comes to driving. So when you remove a pedal and a parking brake, you just freaks out, and the sound, like I need that engine sound for some reason. I don't know why. And then the pedals are so sensitive. You nearly don't have to touch them before they react. And I'm used to, I don't know, just older cars where you at least could feel that now you're squeezing on a pedal, not just touching it. So yeah, and the seats, it's like a sports car, or maybe I gained a ton of weight. I don't know. Somewhere in between, I just feel that I'm squeezed into this Formula One race car seat, like I got no room. I'm used to like almost like a couch recliner, old school with fenders and everything. So, yeah. Like when my mom backed my vehicle into the side of my garage when I was moving. Oh my God. But you know what? With these electric cars, I know he kept telling me that on you know, the gear thing, you could see, and it's written in English, which is totally, for some reason, that I can't understand it in my brain because I'm used to seeing numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. But here it's like drive, the park, drive, neutral, reverse, and then you can push it all the way back to another setting that I don't even know what is. But for me, it's so hard to get into my brain that I have to think that the letter R stands for reverse, and D for drive, because yeah, I guess I'm just really lame, or maybe it's because I'm really afraid. I suddenly got scared, so I just blanked. Hi, Teresa. Just popped in to say hi. Hi to you too. But while this is drying, I want to show you something. It's not a new hobby. I just had to try it. Oh my God. Did anyone see Didi Willingham? I think it was like, could it be like half a month ago? She was assembling some like a tiny corner, replicating a living room with a little couch, and it was like miniature building. And hi, Kathy Arbor. I was really excited when I saw Didi assembling that miniature thing. So I went around like for 2, 3 days thinking that, oh my God, I can't let it go. So to just shut my monkey up, I bought this set. It's a Paris coffee shop and it is so stinking cute. It comes with a lot of things and it's the first time that I have tried building anything this tiny or just building anything at all. Um, and it's just right up my alley. There's just something about this that's like really speaks to me. So I have enjoyed working on this. It's not finished at all. It takes a while, and now I think I'm like halfway through the project, and I'm slowing down because I enjoy it so much. In the beginning, I couldn't wait. Like, oh, I can't wait till I get to that piece of furniture, or, you know, there was always this next page that I glanced at, thinking like, oh, I can't wait to build that. So, but now I'm like pushing myself to slow down and then enjoying the last rooms so that I won't hurry it up. But let me try and take the camera down and then give you a show of this fun thing. The bad thing about this is that the instruction, it looks like it's very thorough, but it's very rare that you see, for instance, this table right here, you don't really see in pictures what's on the table, and on the back of it, it's blurry. So there is a lot of guesswork for me to how to put the furnitures and what's actually on the tables and stuff. So, but hopefully I don't hope that I have made any errors so that I can finish it without missing any parts. That's also the thing, like you're building something and then you're not sure if you are taking the wrong items. I put it on a Lazy Susan. Okay, I need to take that camera down so I can show it. Oh my God, are you ready? Are you ready for this? I'm gonna put the cap down so you don't get dizzy. So it's gonna be black, but I think you can still hear me. It's because I have to unscrew it from my camera arm. Oh, hope you're still here. Oh my God, now I can't get the cap off. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, can you see this? I love it so much. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. I need to find my bearings with this camera. If I do like this and move it over here, here we go. Now you can see it in front. Okay, now you think that's it, but let me turn it so we can turn on the light. And oh, there's also this with a horrible song. And then you open up the door and then you go inside. This is like walking inside of it for real. That's so strange for me to see. Oh, and then we can go and look at this side here where there is this cute, cute table. Look at the size of that spoon right there on the table. I mean, it is just so tiny, tiny. This is when you look inside of it. Oh my God, I'm making you guys so dizzy. And then I only finished the I kind of improvised what's going on this table up here. I thought it could be fun that there were like two people drinking tea, and then one was drinking a coffee from this Starbucks cup over there, and then a tiny flower. Look at the small cookies with the smiley faces on. It's like a candy cane that they rolled so skinny and thin in some sort of rubber, and then you just cut slices out of it. And this up here is going to be like a tiny bedroom. I'm not finished with it yet. It is such a fun project. I can't believe how taken I am from this. It is so fun. And then here everything is just so nice, with all these nice finishes with the windows and you know all the details. And that's the back of the house. But like I said, I'm not finished at all. So I'll come back and show it to you guys when it's all finished. But so far it is like, I don't know, nothing that I have ever tried before. And everything is just so detailed. Like I can take out this cake stand here. Oops. Like everything. Look how small it is in my hand. And then you got like real pastry with selling signs, or actually written something on it. So yes, I built it, but it's a step-by-step instruction, and I added some things like on this desk here. I added these golden things, and I changed the scissor a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. So, and everything is glued on, so it's not going anywhere. At some point, I need to glue on the furnitures. Look how cute it is with like a tiny pillow on it. That is just so sweet. But it's like a Christmas themed, like there is this Christmas tree that you're supposed to decorate here in the window, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna do that because they're gonna be this setting up here with small chairs, and to me it looks like summer. So it's gonna look strange that it's like summer on the first floor and they're celebrating Christmas down at the window side down here. So I'm procrastinating a little bit with that Christmas tree. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm gonna put the cap down so it's going to be black, but you should still be able to hear me. I'm gonna put my camera back up here without making you guys dizzy. Whoops. But it is so cute. The electric wiring was a Peter, I'm telling you. Oh my god. Then you really feel that you got like fat fingers or 10 thumbs or something. But once it worked, it was just like, when you accomplished something like that, you just cheer extra, extra. It just felt so fun that, you build it yourself. So I think that's also the fun about it. But the instruction is like step by step. It's really easy. If you just zoom in on one item at the time, then it's really not that horrible. Because I'm saying that because my hubby, he looked at it and he was like, "Oh my god, you are insane! Are you gonna build this? You're gonna have throw a fit." But no, I actually find it very soothing and calming, and just sitting and building these things. This is just pictures of all the items that comes. And when you unwrap the box and you look at the items, you're thinking, why have they not assembled some of the things? Like you have to assemble every single thing, the lamp and whatnot. So yeah, but I really like it a lot. So it's fun. It's not are those kids expensive? I bought it on Amazon on my company account. I know. I have no idea how I'm gonna book it into my books, but I guess somehow I must find some sort of creative way. But on Amazon because I got a company. I get special prices. I got the business to business prices, so I don't really know what's retail prices. And then I also get it freight free. So I think I made a quite a good deal when I think about how much time and enjoyment there is. Like Didi paid 9.99 for her kit, and she really also got her full value for the 9.99 because there's like hours of fun with it. And I feel the same way. Like I feel that I didn't pay much for it compared to how much I have enjoyed building it. So, and I am so close to finish. I need to do this bedroom right here. So, and look how cute it is going to be. So now I'm slowing down and trying to enjoy the last preparation of it because honestly, I don't even know what to do with it when it's finished. It becomes one of those, could you call it like a dust collector? Because you can't like play with it. And then it's not an item that I want to display. And my hubby was teasing me. He said, like, this is perfect. Then he should start building one of those miniature railroad trails, like guys in their seasoned years, they start building this train uh, thing down in the basement, and then I could provide the tiny houses, and then he could start building landscapes and everything out of papier mache. So yes, I enjoy it so much, and I knew it when I saw that she started to assemble it because I'm that kind of person that I like to follow instruction and follow orders. So this is just right up my alley. And this step by step, I really think it's so understandable to just by viewing the pictures, you understand what to do, and I don't know, it's not intimidating to me at all. Really likable. Okay, let's see. I found it on Amazon US for about $60. You know what? $60. I actually think it's so inexpensive when you think of all the tiny parts that you get, and you end up with this really special construction that's I don't know. I just really think that there is a lot of fun hours built into this kit, so I can't believe that they can sell them so inexpensively. I need something to put underneath this book. Yeah, I can build a tiny house, but I can't drive an electric car. How about that? Yes, isn't it a great price for all those items? I mean, and it comes with candles and the playing thing and the mine didn't come with glue, but I can see on the instruction book that some kits are even being shipped with glue and everything. And there are so many things in surplus. So when I'm done building what I'm supposed to from the instruction, I got leftovers of fabric and wire and whatnot. So I can actually build like extra pillows and extra small items. So it's like really yeah, I'm impressed, I have to say. So, I think it's called, should I get the box that it came with? Just a moment. It came in a box like this, and it was called Paris Coffee and Cake Shop. And I think it's a Chinese manufactured thing, but the instructions are well translated. So it's not like a funky English, it's understandable. And the items that are pre-made these cake parts right here. Oh my God, I'm so glad that I took out the box. Here I can actually see a better picture of how that assembled area should look. But yeah, can you see that there is supposed to be like a Christmas tree in there? Maybe it's bigger in this one. Yeah, it's bigger here. They're like celebrating Christmas. And I don't think that the rest of the construction speaks Christmas. So I think I'm gonna leave out that Christmas tree, and maybe I will try and build myself like a cake stand instead. I got Fimo clay, so I was actually thinking about trying to make myself a three-tiered wedding cake instead of this Christmas tree. Come on, guys, how hard can it be? If I don't bake it, if I just let it dry in by itself, you know how hard Fimo clay gets when it's dried. I think I can make like three tiers, and then I got some tiny ribbon from my scrapbooking that I could put on the bottom of the tiers, and then I can take some small pearls, like glass beads, and let that be the decoration of a wedding cake. Yeah, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm already talking about this. Okay, it's not supposed to be, the next hobby, but man, it has been such fun so far. Oh, I have to get rid of these notifications. Whoop. Okay, we're gonna paint a whale today, and we're gonna paint like I'm thinking that Jonas is up here in a boat where they throw him out into the water, and then underneath the water we see the whale here. So I'm actually pondering about giving myself a shoreline that's all the way up here, so that all this down here is supposed to be the ocean. And I'm thinking a humpback whale. That's like the biggest whale just on the top of my head. Um, it's been a while since I have drawn a whale, so now I'm a little bit quiet, thinking it's supposed to go out like this. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that miniature house. really, really a fun, like it's a time sucker, like you sit down, build, and then suddenly 3 hours has passed and you're thinking like, whoops, I better go to bed. And then the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is that you go out into your room and look at it. It's just have you guys ever built something where you just that's the first thing you had to look at when you woke up in the morning? That's how it has been with this tiny house. um the fins, we're gonna give a, ain't they like a little bit rough, like scuffy like this maybe? I don't think they're supposed to be like totally slim, and then I'm gonna make some streaks here. Okay, let me look at that proportion. It's a little bit off. Maybe I can get like a, yeah, something like this. And then that nice round curve down here. And the separation between the white and the bluish color here, and maybe an eye right here. Yeah, he could go for a whale, right? He could be a whale. Okay, I'm thinking about This might be a little bit stupid, but what if far away in the background you can see another whale? But it has to be like pushed away, or should it just be one whale because he's getting eaten by one whale? Okay, we're just gonna leave it one whale. Now, let me find some watercolors. I got this palette that got like several tones in it, colors. Oh, maybe my desk is actually wide enough that I can have the mixing tray next to my drawing. Yeah, something like this. And then if I zoom this down here, or if I do like this, I'm arranging a little bit because I know that suddenly the light is going to change in my room. And then it would be nice to have some colors for the cameras to focus on. Oops. Okay, if it's like this, then it's not skewer or out of shape. Here we go. I'm thinking to first give a full coat of one color and then build on top of that color. So the first color that I'm going to put down is going to be this very light turquoise. And for those of you who came in a little bit later, I have treated the page with clear gesso. So I'm testing out clear gesso, and already now I can feel with the brush that it got grit. It got not like sandpaper like the watercolor ground, but it sure has some sort of surface structure on it. So now it's going to be exciting to see how the pigments are going to disperse themselves on this gritty texture. I want to do some light strokes like this because light is penetrating the water, and then I'm gonna come in from the bottom here with a darker color and more like matte mass tone of this turquoise. Yeah, I can remove. It looks like I can still remove the paint from the gesso, but I don't feel that Tomari River is a soaking paper. So it's not like this Bible paper is soaking in pigments and locking it inside the page. You know how some journals they like to suck in the pigments, so the open time on the page is narrow, and then you can't lift it off if you make a mistake afterwards. I don't feel that Tomari River is that kind of paper. So just to emphasize that it's actually sunlight, I'm gonna bring in a little bit of yellow. And yellow is a little bit tricksy because we don't want it to turn green, right? So I'm just gonna be sparingly. Down here it may turn a little bit green. Okay, I'm inside now for lunch and watching you do your magic. Okay, have a nice lunch. Time to add another color to this. Oh, I should go like ultramarine, like a cool tone coming from below. But what about this crazy color right here? I think it's called phthalo something phthalo phthalo turquoise, could it be? It's a Daniel Smith color and it's super potent. Oh yeah, can you see that? Ooh, it's strong. First, I think I'm just gonna dry brush it onto the page and then do my reparation because I need to repair on this. Um, I could give myself a base of this super strong color. I'm simply just making sure that it covers all the edges. It's definitely one of those colors that's contaminating. Um, it's so strong. So it's taking over, you could say. Okay, now comes the tricky part. I need to merge it upwards so it becomes like diluted more and more as it reaches the surface. I want to do some sort of negative painting around the whale tail here. Because when your eyes look at the whale tail, your brain will tell you that it's a whale. So it kind of helps if you made a really bad sketch to be a little bit specific about the pronounced features of, for instance, this fish and or animal or fish. This huge animal. I would love for some of the waterline up here to have a darker tone, but not this phthalo. I think that's too potent. So let me see. Let me try this. I think it's a manganese blue. It's got that very warm, nice blue color. Yeah, that could kind of pass for a surface up here. Wouldn't you say so? Okay, now for the whale itself. I think I need a little bit more um, water painted in right here. Okay, now for the whale itself. down here, I think it could get a little bit more darker. Let me pick something. Let me actually try with a dark. I want to kind of frame this corner here, so I got like a really dark edge here. So it's kind of emphasize how deep down in the sea we are, so that this giant whale is emerging from the depth. Actually not a bad color to use on the whale itself, I think. Over here we could also have like a darker corner. You could put in like small fish to help emphasize the size of this whale too. So let me see if I remember that in the end of the drawing. Oh my god, look at my light. It's horrible. You're not seeing like half the colors that I'm seeing. Does it help if I turn on this light? Nope. Okay. I don't even know what to do. My colors are just different in real life and on screen. In real life, I got this very greenish turquoise aqua green color. Okay, I just have to live with it, I guess. Okay, the humpback whale. I'm thinking that this should remain white, and then I should come in with a very dark blue. Something like this. First, I am picking up from the palette or from the pan and dispose it on the palette. And now I'm gonna come in with just a wet brush and wet the area. And now it's going to be fun to see how the gesso is going to behave when I try to drop in the pigment in a wet area. If this was watercolor paper, it would play out nicely, you know, it would, what do you call it? Look like granulating, because you are dumping in the pigment and letting it be transported with the water. But I think in this case that the gesso is going to make it act differently. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna start with the snout. Yeah, there is no whoosh. You know, like there is no running colors or anything. Okay, for the fun, I'm gonna outline first and then see how the colors behave. So I'm simply just giving myself a pigment outline and then see how I can manipulate by dropping in pigments that are like less diluted with water, like more, like I have like a milky consistent on the palette, but I think when I'm done with this line work, I will come in with the colors that are like less washed out with from water. What I'm trying is to make the watercolor paint for me, so I don't have to paint so much. What I mean is that, look, if I take a wet brush and then slide it across this line work right here, it should pull down the pigment. And then when you leave it alone, it should actually paint the whale for me. So I don't have to know how to paint, you know. But I think now is the time where you come in with a really strong saturated brush and repeat some of the line work here, because I think that the snout could be a little bit different, and also the thing here. So just outline it and then come in with a wet brush and just tinkle it along the edges of the line, hoping that the water will kind of paint it for you. I need to let that dry, and then we can put in more colors like lavender or maybe a little bit of greenish tones here and there, because it is like an old whale, you know. So while he is drying, let's try and draw in the boat where Jonah is supposed to be thrown out from. I'm thinking that I want to do him some kind of a silhouette so that I don't need to have a lot of detail. And this is supposed to be like a giant whale. So, hi Dot. Yeah, that happens, Lena. Everyone has trouble with getting the actual colors over the video. Yeah, it's so annoying because it looks so beautiful from my end, and then I look up in the camera, and then you can't really tell that vibrant greenish tone. But it's okay. I'm thinking to empathize the size of this whale, that Jonah's boat should be like really tiny, and I'm gonna be brave and do it with an ink pen. So now I'm just testing if this pen right here is waterproof. It probably ain't. Oh, it actually is. What a surprise. What a surprise. So I'm gonna draw a tiny, tiny boat up here. And it's gonna be like a fisherman's boat where, you know, they just kicked him over, but they're still like looking into the water for him. And then he's down here falling. And now I must make, how do you look when you're falling into the water? Maybe you actually kind of just float like this. He's a little bit big, I know. Maybe we could correct this to be like a paddle, because it looks kind of odd that his leg is that big. And then down here could be maybe a bag. Yeah, he's definitely falling. Okay, let's color that in. I would go for brown for the boat. a little bit of ochre mixed on the spot right here. I think I should pick like red tones for the clothes of these evil guys up here in the boat. So if one is wearing a red clothes, a red sweater, the other one could wear like, I don't know, a green one maybe. And oh my god, it is so tempting to draw a shark with an open mouth, like jaws, coming like yeah to snatch him. But we are not. We are not. And then we're gonna make Jonah's clothes red also. Red is like catching your eye. So all focus on that. And his back could be this yellow brownish color right here. Yep, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna blast this with a heat gun to make sure that I don't smear it and to kind of settle it a little bit on the page. But before I do so, I think I should work more with the contrast so that this belly of the whale becomes more white. And I think it's an issue about the background need to be pushed darker. But okay, let me just try it first. See where it goes. Heat gun? No, no heat gun. Maybe if I plug it in. Oh my god, me and electric things are just totally off today. Here it comes. Oh, it's still a little bit. I need it to be completely wet because I'm going in with color on the edge of the whale. So I want everything to be dry so that it don't catch wet paint from the whale that will like feather out in my wash. That would just be a little bit annoying. So okay, now it's completely dry. I'm gonna flip my book upside down because now I want to be sure to catch those edges. Looking at my palette, I would love some green undertones. So maybe I'll go in with a mix of green and brown instead of a black. So let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. And I want to just add some nice strokes. Almost like negative painting, you know, just to change the value. So I'm flipping the book because then I hopefully will get like a very saturated coat where I start with a fully loaded brush and then it will thin itself out with my strokes. And now there's like almost nothing left on my brush, so I can continue the color on the other side of the whale here. Is it important with these strokes? I don't know. I just like the energy it gives having that kind of motion. Can you see how the moist brush is picking up the paint from the whale and dissolving it? So that's why it's so important that it's as dry as possible. And now I have to go in really strong because the whole exercise is to enhance that white belly of the whale. So this is where it has to be saturated. But I don't think I will regret it when I look at how much it's going to carve out this belly right here. Oy, it is really okay. When you work on gesso, it's dissolving and lifting off your underpainting so fast. Could also be the paper because there's like no tooth and no absorption of the pigment into the paper. So in a way, it's like painting with Arteza paint, where you can do like maximum of 2 layers and then you're in trouble, you know. But nothing wrong with the material. Just you just have to adjust your painting style to your palette. I love all paints. Oh man, oh my god, I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna do the KonMari thing where I take all my palettes and put on my dining table. First, I clear out my whole dining table, and then I want to take a full view of my watercolor collection. So, because I have wondered, for a while, like I keep forgetting some of my palettes, and that's a sign that you have too many, right? I'm more satisfied now. Now I need to soften up these lines here, and it's super easy. Just go in with a moist brush. Take it back and forth. So if it picks up and remove pigments, it's still in that direction. And I'm not gonna move all the spikes, just softened up some of them. Okay, let's go back into our whale here. I think we should add some black tones to it. Not much, but a little bit. So, what kind of black would I think of? Oh, I got so many lovely. Maybe this one here. Yeah, this is like really dark. Okay, I'm gonna freak out and mix this up with a little bit of sparkle. Let's try. I got this very interesting pan that I received from Sandra. and it's like a glimmer azul. Oh, I forgot the name of it. It was something with azul something. But my plan is to give it an edge coat here and then come in with the dark, maybe this black here for the edge up here. And then once again, with just clean water, tickle it and see how it moves. So it kind of paints itself. But it's very likable to have another tone. So you have like 2 tones on your whale. And you can even decide that this brighter blue could be like the top tone on this oh gosh, I lost the word for that. Flipper? It's not a flipper when it's a whale. On this wing right here. Oh man, I shouldn't be talking about animals on my stream. Me and my hippopotamus and whatnot. But I'm just trying to add in that secondary tone. So instead of working with like a mid value, you could say, I am doing it with a different color instead of a lighter wash, if it makes sense. And you never know what you're gonna get when you come in with that wet brush and tease the pigment. And it's first when it dries up that you can actually see what you got. I think that's why I love watercolor so much. Should we add a hint of an eye? I think we should. I need a very tiny, tiny brush for that. Maybe this one. Maybe the eyes up here, actually. Yeah, that kind of looks okay to me. Then I also feel that I need to do some structure on these flippers here. Some sort of, so they're not like so linear. Because humpback whales got this very like ruffled edges here on their flipper. Do they have it on the tail too? No. But I need that whoosh on the tail. You know, that. Also on the other side, I think. I think I actually need some of the blue up here too. Not really sure that I like that back flip of the tail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift off some paint and give myself a second start on this tail construction here. So if I remove that hard line that's right here, I may be able to sculpt another tail, another look of the tail. Yeah, that's more likable, I think. Um, this belly cannot just be white, right? It needs to be a little bit grayish. So, Sandra, hi. I'm so embarrassed to say I cannot drive my son's car. Oh my god. My son got this electric, it's a Volkswagen e-Golf, and it drives on not gas but electricity. I cannot drive it because it's an automatic gear shift, and I am used to stick gear, and everything was so confusing. I couldn't even reverse it back into the driveway. So I chickened out and said to my hubby, you know what? I'm not prepared to go on a big road trip right now. I need to practice on a closed parking lot this night or this evening and do some parking, some reverse, some start and stop, and just like it's as if I'm starting all over with driving again. I was so embarrassed because everyone told me that, oh, Lena, you're gonna love that car. It's gonna be so easier than the car you tried before or you had before. But I feel so intimidated by all that electronic things. I can't even use the GPS in the car, and there's so many buttons. So I just totally panicked and said that I am not ready to go on a road trip right now. But I think it's good that I chickened out because I would be almost. Okay, I'm gonna say I would be shitting in my pants because once on the highway I would feel safe, but as soon as we got off the highway and I had to depend on start and stop at intersections and stuff like that, I would really freak out. I don't even know how to charge it on a I almost want to say gas station. And that's why he wanted me to use the GPS in the car because it tells you where there is a charger available in the area that you're in. I can't believe that I am so outdated. For me, it was like entering a spaceship. Even the seat was so narrow and small, like I was in a race car. And I'm used to these fluffy recliner kind of old school truck seats. So even putting on the seatbelt, I just felt trapped like a tin in a can. And the steering wheel was like a toy wheel because it's so small. I don't know. My last car was from 1987. That's like, what is that? That's more than 30, 35 years old car or something. And I had to manually roll down the windows. I don't even know if I could roll down the passenger window in my son's car without really having to look at the door. So just the fact that I cannot put on air condition or roll the window down without removing my eyes from the road is making me insecure. You know what I mean? Like, and then everything in his car is electric, and he started out like, here's like you can put like the heater on the seat, and you need to know the air condition and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god. Hi Barbara. Sorry for me not saying hi to you guys. I'm with you on that electric car issue. We have a Prius, and out of on the road when the red light comes on and says take me to the dealer. Oh my god. His car is also, the dashboard, everything is so electronic. Um, and you're in the middle of the nowhere, and everything is so electronic. The parking brake is a button, and I'm used to like a handle that you crank backwards and then you lay it down so you're sure that you're not driving with the parking brake activated. I feel so out of touch. And my left foot cannot handle not being used at all. So when I was rolling up to a place where I needed to stop, I was in that old stick car mode where I wanted to push something down with my left foot and go into neutral. But it's so weird for me that it's just like a toy car, with two pedals. It's so strange, and I don't feel safe in it. So yeah, but I am so glad that he's the new generation of kids that, of course, bought without a question an electric car and not something that runs on diesel and gasoline, because that is the future. I know. I'm so proud that he's so upfront, with environmental issues, and can see that for him there is like no options. But on the other hand, I can really tell how technology has moved so much. So yeah, but right now we should be on the highway. But we're gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not scared of driving in itself. Like I'm not afraid of driving, but I am afraid of driving when I feel out of control. Like it was just uncomfortable. I need to really get to know this car. So he need to take me to a parking lot and then give me lessons. That's like the opposite world. Okay, I want to put in some shimmer. I was actually gifted. I'm glad you're here, Sandra. I used that magical shimmery blue pan that you gifted me, and now I'm reaching for the white shimmery one for the stomach of the whale. I like these sparkling glitter watercolors. You cannot see it much on the stream, but in real life, when you sit in front of it, you can tell that there are sections that are sparkling. So I actually think that I'm gonna use it to empathize that there's like light coming up from here. And then I think that I need a little hint of yellow, like not a lot, but just a smidgen, because we do have like some sun. So instead of the most of the highlights that I got, I'm gonna put in a little kiss of yellow, just a little bit, and it will take over, so you can take it back. But now it's got a little bit yellow. Yes, I love the shimmer too. Oh man, let's see. Did I miss? I did say hi to Gail. Yes, I feel that I'm so out of. Hi Deb, welcome to my stream. Now I'm actually gonna scroll up and see. Did I miss anyone? I probably did. I'm not so good at this reading chat and thinking. And I just got shook to my core after that driver's experience. Hi, Teresa. I did say hi, did I? I hope so. Yes, you did. Yes, I did. So, but I basically just gave up, and just said to my hubby, you know what? I'm going back to the house, and then I'm gonna stream, and then I'm just gonna, take another trip when night comes and cars are away from the road and everybody is sitting eating dinner. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. But yeah, basically, I think that my Jonah's drawing is kind of finished. I don't want to make like huge, uh, spectacular things in this Bible. It's supposed to be just loose. So what else could I do? Could I maybe draw some little fish? Yeah, I think I'm gonna draw a hint of small fish, so you really can tell the size of the whale. Just like what is it called in English? A herd of small fish. That's probably called something else. Yeah, I'm totally besides myself. So, and the worst part of it is that the weather is so awesome. You won't believe it. So hubby, he was like really looking forward because it's a camping site. So the better the weather, the more fun the experience is because we have to sit outside. So yeah, but hopefully the weather will be nice tomorrow too. Oh my God, let's say that I'm afraid of driving this car. I might even leave super early tomorrow. So, I have the road all for myself. I'll be leaving like 4 o'clock in the morning, waking up the camping site because good morning, we just arrived. No, I just have to get over the fear of driving that car. And I'm even thinking, how the hell did he get it from the dealer to our house? Because when he took his driver's license, it was in a stick car and not a car with automatic gears. But I guess these young people, they just learn fast. Or are more like adaptable. He is so amazed. He's got this automatic parking thing that runs on an app, so he can sit inside the restaurant and put more money into his parking. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you know what, when I had my car, I was the person who had to run out in the parking lot, open my car door, and then manually turn a wheel, to give myself half an hour more. So everything has just become so fancy and electronic. Also, I do like this wheel down. If someone is sitting inside a car and you want to get their attention, I do like this because roll down the window. But now everything is electronic, I guess I'm supposed to do like scroll down the window, you know. So, oh my God, I feel so old. I think I should do some kind of splashes down up here to empathize that he's falling into the water. So I'm gonna see if I can make some commotion up here. Doesn't have to be much. I just found out that cars will tell you if you have left your cell phone in the house. Oh, God. That is hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, technology is I just can't believe that everything became so smart. And I know it's for safety, but I got so confused when I had to reverse that car because there was these sensors, and there was this image on a next to the dashboard where you saw the top of the car, and I was thinking, am I supposed to look at that image and not outside my windows? I mean, when you're reversing, you've got your head turned, so you cannot see that screen anyway. But then I figured out that it comes with noises, so you immediately have to like stop. But just that tiny detail was enough to freak me out of what 30 years of driving experience with reversing a car. Just the fact that there was this gadget, this gimmick where, like I felt that I cannot look at that screen and still have my head turned and look at the rear window at the same time. So it's just confusing me. So I felt the same way when the news station started having that scrolling bis bar underneath the television screen, because I couldn't catch up reading with that speed while paying attention to the host who was presenting the news and reading the billboard behind the newsreader, you know. So it was like asking for too much. So yeah, I must have like an attention span that's not fully developed with the technology. So yeah, but now I actually think that this is finished. I like it a lot. I hope you liked watching it. It's let's see, my next transportation is a bicycle. Oh, I love bikes. Oh my God. Do I love bikes? I'm like, you know, I can go a long way with my bike. I got one of those bikes that got a box in front of it where you can actually I can have my hobby sitting inside my bike. I actually have my bike right next to me. Let me unscrew this camera so I can show you guys. You're gonna laugh when you see my bike. Okay. It's me turning it into black, not to make you nauseous and throwing up your lunch. I am opening up the camera now. Can you guys see my bike? It's a bit messy because it's been raining. So yesterday it rained, so we took in all the the cushions for the garden couch. But I'm sitting in an outhouse next to our house. So that's my three-wheel bike, and it's an electric bike actually. So something is electric, and I'm sitting here in my, you could call it my bitch barn. It's an outhouse to the house, so that's why there are a lot of strange, random things out here that you normally would have in a garage. But now the garage is for the car, right? Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna close the flap because I'm totally gonna make you guys dizzy. Here we go. Am I upside down now? Nope, I'm fine. Whoops. On an outhouse. Okay, I'm not an outhouse. What's it called? In an what is it called? I'm sitting in a building that's built to the house, but I'm not inside the house. It's a I have no idea what to call it, but we got it all insulated and with lockable doors. So it's actually, yes, it's an attached room, but it used to be a, you could call it like a garden room where you had your garden furnitures in here. Yeah, like an overbuilt porch, but we made it into a insulated extra room attached to our real house. And the reason why I love to be out here is because I got a ton of windows. And then, okay, I might as well just show you the windows. And I got I work from my house. So I got everything related to my job out here. So I don't have to mess up anything inside the house. And that is really likable. I can't unscrew the camera now. Okay. But I got like a whole length of the side is just windows, so it's super nice. And then the floor is concrete floors, so I can be as messy as I would love to be. So I love having this as a work room and also a craft room at the same time. There was a time where I was sitting inside the house and I was vacuum cleaning all the time. And I was like really careful with things, you know, and I disliked that when I worked, I bumped into things and it was a big distress on the house, you know. So it's very likable to have a place that you can I also want to say trash if you want to. I can go straight from the garden inside this annex without changing boots or something. So it's a she shed, yes. And there's just something really free about. I can, if I talk to a customer on the phone, I can go directly out and sit. I got a door. Oh, I can't flip. I can't unscrew the camera. My fingers will not allow me. No, no, I managed to, but I got a door that lets me right out to the garden. So when I'm at work and I talk with a customer on the phone, I just get up and sit out in the garden, talk, and go back into the computer and don't even have to change my footwear or anything because I'm on this concrete floor. So I can be like a really messy out here. It's really likable. Yeah, it's actually a large room. Yeah, I got a sleeping couch in here too. And there was a time where I thought that I had COVID, and we were joking about that I could actually be isolated in quarantine out here in this room because I could sleep out here. I had my own entrance, my own exit, and I got everything out here: internet, computer, heat source, everything. So yeah. Um, you were just teasing me. My English is horrible. Some days it works fine, and then other days I don't know. I just can't find the right words. And what's so confusing, oh my God. 2 months ago, YouTube thought that I was from Germany. I got German advertisements, and every time I searched for something on Google, they suggested German pages. And if I opened up Amazon, it was like the Amazon DE, like the German version of Amazon. But I don't know what happened lately. Now they switch me into being Swedish. So at the moment, everything on my computer is Swedish, Swedish commercials, Swedish marketing, and it's horrible. So sometimes I feel like I jump from language to language and get confused. I wonder too how it happens. I have no clue why. I think it's because I got a virus program that is slurring and covering up my position. So sometimes YouTube is, and Google actually, I think it starts out in Google. I think Google is searching where I'm situated in the world, and sometimes it is a hit and miss. Hit and miss. It thinks that I'm in Germany or in Sweden. So, yeah. But you can actually buy software where you can, I don't know, NVA, I don't know the name of it. I got a software where I can make it look like I'm sitting in Hong Kong. So maybe it's the installation of that software that's confusing the whole system. I don't know. So you love my outhouse? Thank you. So yeah, but maybe I should end the stream. I don't really have much prepared because I felt that I was just jumping on. I didn't even thought that I could stream today. I was supposed to be elsewhere. So, but thank you for showing up. And for those who came in a little late, I can show. Is this dry? Yeah, I can show the finished Noah page. I worked on Noah's Ark the last time, and I finished it off with some lettering off the stream. I wrote in the Noah's Ark, and I really loved that checkered whale. So of course the checkered whale should be there too. And then I also, Egypt got hit with 10 plagues. I've started them. Not all of them I can draw, but I could draw the first one of them. Let me see. It's in this Moses book, so it's here. First, there was like a ton of frogs, and then the river turned red as blood. Then a lot of mosquitoes came and flies, and then it started to hail and rain. That's how far I got. And then the illnesses happened. The boys, first youngest son dies, and so I'm trying to decorate these pages with the, is it called plagues? Like the 10 plagues. But it's fun. Yep. So have a nice weekend. And I don't know if your country is celebrating Father's Day this weekend. We are here in Denmark. But in case that you guys are, happy Father's Day to those who celebrate that. Yes, VPN, Carla, that's it. Yeah, I installed a VPN. Um, yeah, I think that's the one that's messing up my commercials and make my computer think that right now I'm in Sweden. Father's Day is a couple of weeks. Oh, okay, I thought so because Mother's Day was earlier here in Denmark than the rest of the world. So probably we are celebrating Father's Day, uh, you know, earlier too. You got Jubilee celebration all weekend. We also have Monday off. It's a prolonged weekend, so I can't believe that I got like 3 days ahead of me where I don't have to work. It's gonna be awesome. So, but thanks for showing up. You gave me a start. You were free. You were freaking for just a second. Okay. But thank you guys for. Hi, Carol. Oh, Carol, do go back and watch from the beginning. I'm showing this house that I'm building on. It's like a tiny little miniature house. I think you would like to see it. So, yeah, didn't you like it, Barbara, too? I mean, me too. I'm not sure that it's going to be like a new hobby, but I think the price is so reasonable for these kids. So, I might be tempted for one more kid. Who knows? We don't want to wake a monster here, you know. Can you picture this outhouse in a year from today where there's like miniature houses all over the place? No, no, no. So, but thanks for coming and have an awesome weekend. So, bye bye.